Welcome back. You're watching Live from Paris on France 24. Now it's that time in the show when we find out what French journalists are writing and talking and tweeting and all the rest of it about. Olivia Salazar-Winspirit is here to help us do that tonight. Good evening to you, Olivia.
Hi.
Now, everybody's talking tonight about François Hollande, the socialist leader who is at the moment tipped to take over the presidency. He's popular here, not so much when you go elsewhere in Europe.
No, this is a French story that actually goes via Germany because it starts with an article in Der Spiegel, which suggested that European leaders might have signed a pact against François Hollande, saying that they'd snub him or they might refuse to support him or back him. Let me just bring that up. That's this one here.
This is Der Spiegel.
Yep. Now, we might say, who cares? I mean, he's running to be president of France. These are European leaders, but we're talking about real heavyweights. Angela Merkel, David Cameron, Mariano Rajoy and Mario Monti have said that they'd be ready to gang up on him, as it were, because he wants to renegotiate the European Budgetary Discipline Pact.
Right, and we all know how long that took to get done.
Signed. So, of course, once this article was published, a wave of reactions, all of the heads of states involved immediately hit back saying, oh, no,
we love
it's rumours. They're all unfounded. Spain and Italy had a statement out very quickly, although Mariano Rajoy, the Spanish Prime Minister, did underline that he is actually supporting Nicolas Sarkozy. He's a big friend of the UMP party.
Big Sarkozy fan.
Hollande got wind of what was going on very quickly and reacted on Twitter.
As all good politicians do these days.
And he said he doesn't care. He says, I'm not paying too much attention to this because what matters is not the opinions of these leaders, but those of the French people.
Oh, that should be interesting at all those Euro summits when they come along.
Now, I mean, political analysts believe that, yes, this could have an effect on French opinion, and it could be a double-edged sword because it could be both good and bad. Some people think that it could make French voters more sympathetic towards Hollande because Europe is, you know, perhaps kind of catching a conspiracy against the future French president. Others say that this just shows he's not very good internationally, that he's not really made the impact that he needs to, and that he will never compare to the Sarkozy-Merkel couple that was so successful, as we've seen in...
Merkozy.
Hollozy,
doesn't Holcol doesn't have the same ring, does it? All right, now let's talk about Nicolas Sarkozy's interior minister. Now, he's well known for making incandescent comments about immigration, and he hasn't disappointed this time around either, has he?
No, he's stirring the pot again, and this is when it comes to foreigners voting. Now he's decided he's against having, well, he's always been against having foreigners having the right to vote, and a Rue 89 article, which is a French leftist web-based paper, has an article saying foreigners voting equals halal meat in the school canteen. He said that if foreigners have the right to vote in France, they could have halal meat in primary school canteens, which is obviously a very sensitive subject in France if we remember how attached the French are to laïcité, the principle of secularism within public institutions, especially school.
And he's pinched this from Marine Le Pen, hasn't he? Because this has been her big campaign theme as well.
Yeah, halal meat is somehow a thing that people like to throw around. Poor butchers. This sparked a wave of reaction. Indeed. We've got, for example, the other political camps, François Bayrou from the Modem movement. He was quite critical. Let's take a listen to him.
This way of pitting people against one another around these inflammatory issues, putting them head to head, this is the worst kind of contribution you can offer to the country.
And he also had criticism from within his own party. Rachida Dati said that there was a bit of a dangerous alignment of French Muslims and foreigners, which is obviously not the same thing. So this comes at a very bad time for the UMP when they need to be on the same page about big issues like immigration and foreigners voting.
All right, now let's talk about another theme that's got the ruling UMP party up in arms, and that's the sexualisation or the hypersexualisation, it's sometimes called, of young girls. Tell us more about this.
Okay, this is an article that came out in Le Monde, sparked by a report, a new government report that says there is a hypersexualisation in general of young girls, pre-teens, through things that they call Lolita lingerie, mini-miss beauty pageants, and toys, music, videos, this kind of thing. Chantal Joanneau, the UMP senator, she's come back and said, like, as we can see these images, this was a Vogue shoot of
Right, yes,
December
this is when-
2010.
yeah.
This is what sparked the debate and the report that she commissioned. She says it has a psychologically damaging effect on young children, and that France is going in the same direction as countries like the US, and that would be disastrous. Her solution to all of this, which I found quite amusing, was to bring back uniforms in schools.
School uniforms.
School uniform.
I had to wear one of those, did you?
All my school life.
Oh, and it wasn't much fun, I can tell you. Mrs. Joanna obviously didn't have to wear one.
Yeah.
All right, let's leave it there. Olivia Salazar-Winston, many thanks indeed.
Thanks.
That's it for Media Watch. Now, it is time for web news. Many stories doing the rounds on the World Wide Web today, including double standards from Mrs. Bashar al-Assad. Internet users have edited an interview that she gave to CNN in which she criticised Israel's strike on Gaza, and they've interspersed it with images of her husband's attack on the city of Homs. Take a look.